welcome to the most brutal show on IPW television. Breakdown needs and meets its new general manager tonight in Solo Sikoa, and he has put a stack card of big bruisery brawls all the way through it. Strap on in, because we're set for explosive action right about now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn!
Well, let's kick this show off right. Sami Zayn is out first tonight, looking to rise up the rankings in the men's division with his super card Titantron. This man is ready to roll into the ring for an epic opener tonight, let's be honest. Our new general manager, Solo Sikoa, certainly knows how to pick his stars, to pick his fights for each matchup. And well, he's going for an all-out brawling battle to kick off tonight's show. It's Zayn in action. But his opponent, well, this is new music. Oh my. It's El Grande Americano.
And his opponent from the Gulf of America, weighing in at 202 pounds, El Grande Americano!
Making his debut here on Breakdown, El Grande Americano set to brawl with Sami Zayn. Can he match up with Sami Zayn? We're about to find out. He enters the ring. The Lucha God from the Gulf of America is a monster when he competes. Looking to continue to showcase his Lucha Libre skills up against the brawling style of Sami Zayn. We get underway with our opening bout, and Zayn taking control early. Waist lock applied here on El Grande Americano. Keeping the pressure on. Wrenching pretty heavily on it. Goes to the roll-up. Schoolboy pin. Americano gets out of it. And Zayn taunting already. Realizing he's in control. It's a battle of Canada and America in this one, as Zayn taking an early advantage in this matchup. El Grande Americano can come back. Collar and elbow tie up by the two, which Zayn takes advantage. Applies now a wrist lock onto El Grande Americano, wrenching through even more, applying the pressure, forcing a more tightened hold on that wrist. Nice roll through, up, nip up there. El Grande Americano cartwheeling through and reverses control. Nice technical, as well as Lucha Libre-esque wrestling here from El Grande Americano, who also tightens the grasp on the wrist. Goes through again. Nice arm drag takedown. as they lock up for a third and potentially final time. Zayn's going to overpower El Grande Americano into the ropes. The referee going to force a break, but cheap shot out of the separation there by El Grande Americano. Obviously, El Grande Americano making his debut here tonight. A top star in Mexico. A legend of the game. Looking to bring that pedigree and raw talent here into IPW on the breakdown side of things. And honestly, both of these men really trying to cement or lay the foundation for a run here in the company. Is a beautiful brainbuster there from Zayn. Coming through heavy with that shot. Through Poison Rana as well. Zayn hits the big shots and he's keeping the pressure on here as he pounds into El Grande Americano. Zayn's punch caught now. El Grande can take control. Just gonna charge and toss. Belly to belly. Over the head suplex there by Grande, who's looking to fly here. Come through. Hurricane Rana off the top. Beautiful execution by El Grande. Seeing certainly a lot of beautiful wrestling. And a fisherman's buster there. Oh, gruesome. A lot of brainbuster-esque maneuvers in this matchup to start us off. And El Grande sends Zayn into the announce desk. Count of 7 as Zayn. Blue Thunder Bomb on the outside. Drives El Grande into the very unprotected floor. Minimal amount of padding. Zayn caught. And count of 9. Zayn needs to make it in. Manages to do so just before our referee reaches 10. He saw the hand go up for the 10. But Zayn, a Luba kick in the corner. Busts open El Grande. Going for the pin as well. Down for the count. El Grande gets out of that cover. Surviving this matchup. Zayn still in control. Needs to realistically keep El Grande down and locked out of his signature offense. Grande, though, back to his feet. Zayn crawling, trying to escape him. Obviously, realistically, this battle tonight is a seeding sort of battle. The divisions that these stars compete for, as I believe they'll be both vying for Drew McIntyre's title, which will be defended later tonight, the Amethyst belt. A beautiful prize. Zayn, nice German suplex there. El Grande back to vertical base, but caught. Zayn springboard connecting with the DDT. Drilling the head of El Grande into the mat. Zayn heads up top. Target locked on. Ready for flight. Comes through. Nice leaping crossbody. Flattens El Grande. Zayn caught now. El Grande not going to be able to follow up. Zayn throws him into the ropes. Misses with the drop kick, and now El Grande can take control. Oh, massive exploding German suplex there. Catch and release more than anything from El Grande. Zayn back to a vertical base, so he nips up. Recovers quickly. And now looking to Haluva kick. El Grande into oblivion. The second one of the match. Gonna potentially secure the victory. out at 2 is El Grande. Staying alive in this match. Zayn, Dragon Sleeper there. Not going to be able to lock it in effectively. This, no. Not going to be a Luva kick. The drop kick misses. El Grande rolls through. Gut wrench onto the shoulders. Drives him down. Zayn planted into the mat. He's down for the count. 1. Not even 2. Grande needs to do a little bit more. He has realistically landed minimal offense here on Zayn. More of this, please. Those catch and release German suplexes. Beautifully executed as ever. As the action slows down. Grande can begin to set up the ending. This might be an ending. No. May have been an ankle lock in the mind of El Grande, but not going to come into fruition. Instead, Blue Thunder Bomb from Zayn, planting El Grande center of the ring. But Zayn's not going to go for the pin. Instead, I think he's looking to end it. El Grande, though, reverses that position. Charging in. Monkey flipping out. Well, maybe we're going to see a haluva kick from El Grande. But this is more signature for him. Ankle lock applied. Zayn's ankle is about to get snapped. Will it be the case? No. Is the answer. Zayn. In a lot of pain right now. The ankle in trouble. Forced to kick out. And now the issue for Zayn is, with the ankle lock being applied to his left ankle, it weakens the power of that haluva kick, as that's a nice dragon suplex. That's obviously a weakened weapon of Zayn's now, but also the fact that standing's gonna hurt like hell. Zayn is in a constant battle to keep himself in this matchup. Grande's done a good job to fight back into this one as well. As well, it kind of came off the back of that Fisherman's Buster on the outside. Sister Abigail from El Grande. That modified DDT coming through, and now this is just torture. Ankle lock on the outside. Wrench deep, Zayn forced to roll through. Gets back up. Ducks the line though. El Grande hits him with a hidden blade. We talked about the referee's count being powerful weapon. Zayn forced back into the ring by El Grande as the count reached 8. But now Zayn back to his feet. Back to pounding on the face of El Grande Americano, and look at the blood trickling down that right eye of Zayn. It is pretty prevalent. But El Grande could be eating the kill shot. No, it's a lariat. Back elbow as well. Haluva kicks aren't coming. And now the ground and pound's reversed. And El Grande's going for the win. Down for the count is Zayn. Barely gets the shoulder off the mat. It's a close affair here in our opener, and it's back and forth. Gutbuster landing onto Zayn. More pressure towards them ribs from El Grande. He may have been thinking ankle lock again, but Zayn's not going to allow it. Instead, the stomps through from Zayn, the frustration being shown. Blood presumably trickling into his eye. Grande sent flying in the corner. The Haluva kick connects. Third time's the charm. And Zayn's down to count for the win. It's not over. We're still going. El Grande, resilient, hits the headbutt. Steel-plated head knocks out Zayn, it appears. Last-ditch effort attacked there by El Grande Americano secures the victory in his debut. Beautiful for him. To kick off tonight's action, and realistically, as we look towards the rest of the show, obviously we've got a big-time battle royale coming up in a moment's time. This bout, it delivered. And it was honestly a great showing by Zayn. He hit some massive shots onto El Grande. You have to feel what El Grande did in terms of his targeting. He softened the blow of that Haluva kick by ankle locking him. That shot there normally would have knocked out a normal man, but El Grande's not a normal man. He is a monster. Rolls through, hits the headbutt, and gets the win here. A beautiful debut from the masked luchador. As we said, a great way to start the show. But let's hope the rest of the show delivers in the same sort of fashion. Let's move into our second bout of this evening. Well, folks, we're getting into the battle royales early, as the revving up of the music begins. The Macho Man makes his way to the ring.
Making his way to the ring from Sarasota, Florida, weighing in at 239 pounds, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man coming into this fresh as a daisy. Let's be honest. A lot of these, stars vying for spots atop of the divisions here in the men's league. On Monday night, we had a battle royale in the men's division. The winner, inevitably Abyss, the big boy in the matchup. It certainly shuffled and ruffled some feathers in the TV division. But this match, well, Will Ospreay, one of his future opponents, is going to come out of this.
From Death Valley, weighing in at 305 pounds, The Undertaker.
As we've now gone from the king to the American badass, The Undertaker. He's ready to beat some assholes' asses. There's Big Evil. Just is a monster in this style. And to be honest, it is a moniker of an Undertaker we have seen fleetingly here in IPW. And we said The road to resolve's here to shake up the divisions, shake up the rankings. This certainly, with new stars appearing, can do that. But a star that isn't new to IPW is the Ring General.
Presenting Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, Gunther!
Let's cut to the chase. Of the 3 stars that have competed or are competing so far in this match, Gunther has the most IPW experience competing in the showdown. Doing a decent job in it. Failed to obviously qualify for the live event, but the Ring General still possesses control, style, and grace in the ring that makes him a potential threat to Will Ospreay. And as we continue to see the rest of the lineup, IPW roster getting a nice fresh of paint. New stars obviously getting to take center stage. This matchup, when you look at names already named in it, it is that feeling. Solo Sikoa, he likes a brawl in this matchup, already featuring some heavy shooters. Another added to the mix, the game, Triple H. It's game start time. The King of Kings, ready to enter the ring. A battle royale, a specialty of the game. Can he dominate? We're about to find out. The cold stare sets us in a mood for the fight to begin.
From Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds, Triple H!
As we say, Triple H. He is a man that's really up and down in IPW in terms of his form. But now, trying to find some success in the top division here on Breakdown. Can he do so? Is really the question that we've got to be asking ourselves. It is no easy step so far with a stacked field. We shall see. 4 stars in. 4 more to join him. And I have a feeling the field's not going to get any easier. A lot of big names already out here. Names that are potentially looking to be first-time challengers. Or first-time fights for Will Ospreay. But a man that it won't be the first time stepping in the ring with Ospreay is the visionary, the revolutionary, the architect, Seth frickin' Rollins. The fires burn as he begins his march to the ring.
And from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins!
And while there is a lot of talent in the match, A lot of eccentric personalities. Macho Man and Rollins. Two flamboyantly dressed wrestlers who can back up their style in the ring. Then you've got the rugged, battered, bruised Triple H and Undertaker standing opposite them as well. Not to mention Gunther. Just there, the elegance, the grace of the ring general. 3 more big names to join the field so far. And as the siren goes, we're about to get swole.
Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 276 pounds, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
Scotty S. making his way to the ring. Big Papa Pump ready. The genetic freak. Going to battle against someone he's faced before in his career in Triple H. And you can certainly see why this matchup is already getting into an explosive fight night feel. Thursday night has never looked so meaty. It's Big Papa Pump takes center stage for this one. But who is last to join these behemoths? Well, the last two, I should say. Well, that's the name. A field filled with legends. Set to face the Legend Killer.
And from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 295 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton.
The former television champion. As always, calculated with his approach to the ring. And tonight, a calculated approach could never be more needed. Battle Royale situations requires skill, it requires timing. And who better than the Viper to showcase that skill? As the crowd has a lot of big favorites in this matchup. It's certainly hard to predict who will be walking away from this match victorious. Monday night, we had a couple of giants in the bout. Tonight, focus is on skill. Ospreay presumably watching from the back with bated anticipation as to who will walk away from this match with the W. And, well, you could say they're going to be one of a kind.
And their opponent from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam.
Whoever wins has to do it with some style. We've spoke about the eccentric. Nothing is more eccentric than RVD. This man brings coolness to extreme. This This ring is stacked to the brim with former world champions in WWE. All decorated, well, I say champions. Papa Pump wasn't. Someone's busted open already. Who took the red bloody shot first? I'm trying to check stars. Oh, immediately I can't see it. As well, the action begins here. Bodies starting to be tossed about. Also, reversals being utilized effectively. It is all about timing in a situation like this, and Big Papa Pump may be on the wrong end of some bad timing. Fights his way back into the ring, though. Not going to fall prey to Macho Man's offense or attempted elimination tactics. As the brawling starts to happen on the top end of your screen, focus is on Macho Man right now. He is starting to take down some men here. Is Big Papa Pump the first to get taken down? Randall Keith Orton joined him. Inverted DDT there from Undertaker. Electric chair drop from Rollins. We can just call the spot fest as we see it. It's really going to come down to the first man to get their opponent onto these ropes, it feels. Situation like this typically doesn't favor the high flyers like RVD, but we did just see him use a springboard maneuver. Meanwhile, Gunther could be the first eliminated. Triple H and Rollins working together. Not something new there. Obviously, the Authority. Similar story with Randall Keith Orton in this match. All members of it. Speaking of Randy, not going to be eliminated. The Undertaker kind of saving him there. Now Randy's going to repay it as there goes Gunther. First elimination is of the Ring General. I believe it was Rollins who secured that elimination. Now with one last man in that ring, comes a little easier to breathe. A lot more space to work with. Nice Frankensteiner from Scott Steiner. Randy sent out and packing. Triple H gets the elimination. Meanwhile, Scotty Steiner eliminates Randy Savage with that military press. RVD hanging on, but he's gone now. Tried to skin the cat, and now Rollins going to make Scott Steiner pay with a pedigree. Homage to his mentor, who's taking a beating right now from The Undertaker. Scott Steiner.
Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner has been eliminated.
Tries to skin the cat, gets eliminated. Meanwhile, we're down to 3 in the ring. It's Rollins, Triple H, and the American Badass begin to battle. Undertaker skinning, surviving, hanging on. Rollins could make him pay here. 2 men set up for elimination. Super kick sends Undertaker packing.
The Undertaker has been eliminated.
We're down to the final 2, the Architect and the Game. DDT attempt here from Game. Forced off here by Rollins. Trips on the receiving end of some heavy punishment here from Rollins, who's now trying to eliminate him. Put on the top rope, but the Game escapes. Caught again. Brings him down. Cradle shock from Rollins drills his mentor into the mat. Rollins striking true. Flatliner dropping the game. Following suit with that leaping revolution knee. As we've, interestingly enough, two men we've spoke about before. Varied success as the stomp comes through. Here in IPW, though, for these stars. Rollins, the second ever undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. Second to Daniel Bryan in that term. As a game, a man that had a chance to potentially compete for it fell short during the Dual Dream tournament. As this is very back and forth. Rollins may have been thinking Falcon Arrow, but the game thinks Spine Buster. Plants Rollins down. Could we be crowning the victor of the match right now? The answer is yes. Game over. As Triple H secures victory. We talk about skill, success. None of these men outside of maybe The Undertaker has an accolade-filled career similar to Triple H. Other than maybe Randy Orton as well, but not many names sit in that same pedigree. And that is why you see people utilize that maneuver. It's why Rollins, Rhodes, those two men take that maneuver and utilize it. The game's a mentor in their careers, and well, he has done a lot for them. But tonight, he showed why he's the mentor and not the apprentice.
Here is your winner, Triple H!
A massive victory for the game. He secures himself the victory. Rankings be damned. This man was outside the top 10. But how does that affect him? You'll find out next week as we move into our next matchup. Well, rankings is one thing to talk about. How about a new division that's taking shape here in IPW? Primetime holds the champions, but Breakdown has potential challengers for Fatal Influence.
The following contest is a Tornado Tag Team match. On the way to the ring, Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors.
As you heard Micro mention, Tornado Tag rules are applying. A new system implemented here by our GMs across all three brands. Tag team matches no longer will be typically standardized matches. We've seen enough in terms of countouts, and so we are taking the rules a little bit further in the right direction. Countouts become less of a thing if they don't exist. And so this matchup is set for one fall in Tornado Tag Team rules. Kabuki Warriors, obviously, a team who competed in that women's tag team tournament. But I've got to quiet it down now.
And their opponents, the team of Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
These two didn't get the shot at the women's tag belts. Kept out of the tournament here on Breakdown. Now, well, they're a little bit annoyed. They're a bit angry. They want the shot. They think they deserve the shot. Niven and Green, they're given a chance tonight to go against the team that started that women's tag fatal 4-way off with a W, but then lost in the triple threat. Can they succeed here tonight? Let's find out. Tornado tag rules apply. This situation becomes a little bit better for Green and Niven, in my opinion, as the big pump kick kicks off the match here from Green. An STO from Asuka also starts it off as the octopus pin comes through from Kairi. Drop kick drops our referee, Big Man Kevin. Draws the official duties for this matchup. As we say, Green and Niven wanting the shot here from Breakdown side of things. Want to be considered number one contenders like the New Day are on this brand. Green, a former television champion. The only woman in this match I would consider having championship accolades here in IPW. Asuka, a former challenger for Fallon Henley's Undisputed World Championship. As always, we know the result of that match as Henley undefeated in championship defenses in her IPW career. And in fact, in championship bouts, she's probably got one of the best records in the company. I believe she may have only lost one to Nia Jax. As well as actually the Conquest battle. And we are getting off topic here a little bit, but if you imagined if Fallon actually won the Conquest battle for the television championship, would we have had this same run of form that has given us such a dominant career here in IPW? Probably not. And who would have been? Would we still have Nia Jax as Undisputed Women's World Champion as the best camera angle ever being shown here? But one thing's for sure is Kairi Sane did just connect onto Niven. The powerhouse of this matchup not really being punished here, as well, the Kabuki Warriors have introduced a weapon to the picture. That sledgehammer has taken Green out the game, and Kairi and Asuka working together here to isolate Niven. Kairi forced away. Now Asuka caught. Tossed by Niven, who's starting to come back into the match. Green re-enters the ring. Yeah, it's also interesting to know, are Fatal Influence Freebird ruling their Undisputed Tag Team Championships? Because if they are, Fallon Henley could be a Triple Crown champion here in IPW. But the other point is, there's 4 members of Fatal Influence. If they are Freebird ruling it, we could see any lineup of Fatal Influence. It could be Kiana and JC. Hell, it could be Fallon and Kiana defending the belts. Jasmine and Fallon, obviously a great duo. They have some nice combinations, but not really strategy that comes into play for Fatal Influence. And we are getting to talk now about Fatal Influence more so because we're kind of wanting... Well, Kairi's just got screwed here by Asuka. That insane elbow missing. But, yeah, it's apparent that JC and Jasmine are looking for challenges, their inaugural challenges, or first set of challenges for them belts, and they've opened it up. They beat the best that Primetime had to offer. As Green going for the face. There you have it. Beautiful as ever. Niven just kind of ruined it. Green and Niven setting her up. Scoop and a slam. The driver through into the pin goes Niven. Asuka breaks it up, but she's caught with a kendo stick. And so's Niven by Green. Green's had enough with her partner. She's going to set up Kairi. And I've got a feeling it's going to be an unprettier. Plants her down center of the ring. Green not going to go for the cover. Instead, looking to maybe punish Kairi some more. Scoop, no slam. And Kairi, crucifix pin, rolling through, just rolling about. Never mind, no pin attempt until now. Kairi's locked it in, only for a one. Green makes her pay. Rough Rider coming through. But Asuka hooking in the arm triangle. Green in trouble. Fights back to her feet. Punches to the body. Breaks the hold. But the spear from Kairi connects. Kairi sends Green into the corner. Buys some space. A scoop. And there's the slam. This time someone lands it. Green's in the drop zone. And again, Asuka costs her partner. Unpretty. Ha! Green crawls into the cover. The taunting from Kairi could be costly. It isn't. She breaks up the pin in time. Slams down Green. But Green fights back. Eyes on Niven. Just slamming Asuka into the mat. Green looking for the victory. Into the pin. Down for the count is Kairi. But Asuka able to escape the grasp of Niven and break up that pin. The miss though. Who does that hit? Green's face is beautiful. Not misted. Perhaps it's Asuka who's got the Asuka lock in. Niven, will she tap? She's not allowed to. Green stops the Asuka lock attempt. Keep your eyes on Kairi. Staggered, but back out of the stagger. Big time suplexes the miss. This time connects onto Niven. Pinfall attempt by Asuka. Down for the count. But not enough to secure the victory. Green sends Kairi running. As Asuka sends the head of Niven into the mat. Another kendo stick enters the picture here in this tornado tag match. Rough Rider from Green on the outside. And she's looking to put away Kairi here from this matchup. Niven is clubbing and breaking down Asuka inside the ring. Around the world slam there onto Asuka. It's Kairi sent packing. Asuka eating some big shots here from Niven. Piper takes the back. Electric chair. Big time slam from Niven. Connecting. Kairi Slowly makes her way into the ring, but can't break it up. Meanwhile, on Pretty connecting is Green. She's heading up top. No, she's just leaving. Can't get the pin. Instead, it's Asuka trying to secure the win through submission. Into it. Locked in deep is Niven, but again, Green breaks it up. Green had the match won, done and dusted. She just needed to hit. Kairi, who's going flying, insane elbow connecting. Keep your eyes on Green though. Up top. Sizing up. Asuka tries to hit her with a big running knee. Can't do so. Instead, snap German from Asuka. The Kabuki Warriors in control right now. Asuka, some big kicks. A flurry of offense into that spinning heel kick. Kairi with a similar combo onto Green. Sledgehammer in the hands of Niven now. The spear connects. Kairi chopping in half Niven. Can't connect. No, she will. Green taken down. Planted, but not out of it. Kairi heads up top. Cannot fly this time. Green stops her in her tracks. Is looking to maybe put an end to this match. Asuka has Green hooked up this time. The Asuka lock applied. She can't keep it cinched in. Niven breaks it up. But Niven's caught. Step up Enziguri. All four of these women delivering on epic proportions. All deserved, really, of a shot at Fatal Influence's gold. The anchors applied on the outside by Kairi. And Niven's going to tap. Kairi releases the hold. Sends Niven back in. Looking for the win here. Pinfall attempt. Niven is quite close to the ropes. Won't grab it. There you have it. The Kabuki Warriors show why they were picked for the tournament over Green and Niven. But let's not take it away from Green and Niven. They had their moments. They certainly performed well in this matchup. But would you say they capitalized on their moments? Probably not. Green had the chance to seal the bag, but couldn't do so in that split-second decision. Opted to go outside the ring instead of land for the pin. And as such, it's Asuka and Kairi victorious in this one. And although these big shots landed, tension kind of had to come down to timing, positioning. All fell in favor of the Kabuki Warriors in the end. Kairi locked the anchor in and then rolled Niven in for the easy pin.
Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors.
A formidable force trying to build back success. Can the Kabuki Warriors do so? We will find out as the weeks roll on. Well, I've just been informed by our general manager that this following bout is set to be a squash match for Ethan
The
Page.
following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 214 pounds. All ego, Ethan Page.
And he refused to elaborate. He just said he wants more destruction. here on Breakdown. Quite fitting for our general manager, Solo Sikoa, to be saying. But yes, our following matchup is set to potentially be an easy one here for Ethan Page. Squash matches typically are, aren't they? Well, we'll see who his opponent is and how easy it is actually for him. Well, a general manager certainly said squash match.
And his opponent from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 362 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
I guess he meant for Ethan Page's opponent, because the world's strongest man is making his IPW debut. Oh boy, the big boy ready for action here as a Hall of Pain is set to be started in IPW with the Canadian-born Ethan Page. It will take some miracle. No, not Mike Bennett. But it will take a miracle for Ethan Page to win this one as Mark Henry just absorbs the big first shot from Ethan Page. And, well, Page slammed down to the mat. This is gonna be destructive from the beginning here in favor of Mark Henry. And if you're questioning why I think this is so one-sided, just look at how Mark is just taking shot after shot from Page. And he's just coming back with ease, slamming Page to the mat, easily lifts him up and sends him crashing into the turnbuckles. Henry, obviously a former Olympian, a former World's Strongest Man competitor, hence why he earned that moniker, World's Strongest Man. Right now, Page really cannot get anything going. Finally, some shots landing, but Mark shaking them off. Takes a hold of Page, sends him running. A drop down from the big man and a big boot. Not something you typically see in Henry's arsenal. Page rolling out, realizing he may need to get some space. May honestly be best to take a count-out loss here. Live to fight another day. Because Mark Henry is a gargantuan beast. When he gets a hold of you, we've already seen what he can do to Page. And, well, drops him with ease. He's calling him back up. Page flattened once more. Henry into the pin. Down for the count. Only secures the one. All ego. Well, it's certainly going to potentially lose that ego. Yet again, Henry misses with that elbow. Page's time to shine as he drops Henry. And Mark just pushes off Page. And Page, realizing the mistake he just made, flattened once more. Henry again, just landing these short arm lariats, trying to take the head off of Ethan Page here. I guess Page won't be killing him with a smile as Henry has him up. A big time body slam, runs the ropes, big splash follows it up. And all ego may be about to be flattened. No, reverses it, inverted DDT. Survives that attempt. It could have been a world's strongest slam. Henry's not done around the world. Slamming down Ethan Page. And again, Mark just absorbing these shots. Staying on his feet. Finally, Page gets him down on the mat. But it's down for a 1 count only. And again, Mark rolls quickly to his feet. Caught though. He can't be serious. On his shoulders. All Ego's edge. All that power. One big maneuver. Is it enough? No. Henry's so strong. Resiliency through the roof. These shots gonna land. Stent running though here. That might be his weakness, the cardio game. The only thing Page really has going for him. Strength. No. You can't beat the world's strongest man. Aerial offense. Probably won't work out that well for you. Power slam here by Henry. Goes for the pin. Almost gets the victory off of that one maneuver. All Ego. Ethan Page. Think regretting accepting a squash match from Solo Sikoa. Henry's fired up. Caught with a shot to the gut. Finally, a lariat drops him. Easily crawls to the apron. Can't be pinned here. Smartness from the former World Heavyweight Champion in WWE. Hall of Famer. Backdrop, though, onto the apron. All Ego. Trying to find a means to pick up the victory. He might resort to any tactic he can really do. But angering Mark Henry probably isn't the wisest of things to do. The guy who I probably think had the biggest and probably most shocking heel turns of any man's career. Where he turned heel on John Cena in a fake retirement angle with that salmon jacket. There's a world's strongest slam from Henry, who's going up to the middle rope. Page gets flattened. And now, are we going to see the real thing? The answer is yes! World's strongest slam plants Ethan Page. Somehow surviving that massive maneuver from Mark Henry. Mark's not done though. Scoop and a slam. All Ego. Regretting his decisions and escapes out the back door. Chop block to the knee, but Henry's back up. Caught though, DDT busts him open. And All Ego getting cocky. Thinking he's done enough. Twist of fate. Connecting onto Henry. Only gonna get a 2 count on him. All Ego is doing a lot of big things here. Has Henry hooked up. Going for a ride again is Henry. Ego's edge. Drills him into the mat. Quite close to the ropes. Henry just needs to reach out and grab him. Not going to need to. Just resiliency kicks out of that pin. And frustration now setting in for Ethan Page. Could it be anger towards Henry? Could it be anger towards our general manager? We'll have to see, but swinging neck breaker from Ethan Page as he sets Henry up. Through, misses with the big boot. Henry back to a vertical base, but kick, no, shaken off. Henry sends Ethan running, a drop down, a power slam from the Power Master. The elbow dropped on the heart. Finally connects with it. Ethan Page, meet your maker. lifted up, sent flying. Henry is just destroying this poor man. Through, big boot misses this time. And Ethan Page, capitalizing on the mistake, drops Henry with a punch. Endurance, a weakness of Henry. The stamina, not in his game, not in that wheelhouse. Could fall prey here to gassing himself out. He is able to survive that pinfall attempt, though. Now, takes the back of Page. Puts him on the ropes, though. Henry sending Page running. Hooks him up. Body slam through. Hits the splash as well. Page is down. I think it's the beginning of the end. Hooked up. World's strongest slam. Welcome to the Hall of Pain. Mark Henry, victorious in his debut. He squashed Ethan Page, who granted did put up one heck of a fight. We saw the resiliency. We saw the power that Mark Henry possesses. And he came out swinging to put an end to all ego. Power in bajillions here for Mark Henry. Securing that W. But who's next? That's the real question. Who enters the Hall of Pain next? We shall see. So I've got a feeling Solo Sikoa likes this destruction. Likes putting his big men in big matches against little guys that they can crush. Hall of Pain opens up tonight. Who's next? We will see next week. As the replays roll on, we see how this match ends. This world's strongest slam putting down Ethan Page.
Here is your winner, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
We look forward to our next match as that blood, it looks very red on the face of Henry. But he seems unfazed. Let's move into our next bout tonight. Well, from the Hall of Pain to a fatal four-way. One set for an evolution. It's all about her.
The following is a fatal four-way match. Making her way to the ring from Melbourne, Australia, Emma.
It's interesting. As Emma, we've seen the week before, or the last show before City Limit. That matchup, she competed in a triple threat. One extra opponent this time. And another potential opponent to steal the victory against. But Emma, realistically, has the shot here to make it all about her. Rising up these rankings pretty nicely. If she can secure the victory here. 2 for 2 since her debut. Could we see that for Emma here tonight. Well, maybe not. Because we've got a bit of beautiful madness in the house.
And her opponents, first from Tokyo, Japan, Julia.
We've seen it in the build-up to our previous shows. Julia ramped up to be a threat. Obviously challenged Liv Morgan for the undisputed Ruby belt for that open challenge matchup. Now Julia stepping into the ring. We said Revolution. It matters where you rank. In a fatal four-way situation, your ranking can be swayed so goddamn heavily. 3 opponents that could be sitting above you, they could all fall to the wayside if you're able to beat them. We shall see how that fares here for all these stars. But a star that's faced Emma before, losing in that matchup. The genius of the sky as the Wub Wubs begin.
And representing Damage Control from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky.
Io, we have seen be one of the best stars here in IPW. Let's cut to the chase. She is grown into a threat, regardless of the brand she's on. One of these top stars that always seems quite close to the title, but can't get the job done just yet. Tonight she gets a chance to rise up the rankings. She already sits pretty high in them. Can this matchup fall in her favor? We shall see as it's time to meet number 4. This doesn't get any easier. Mommy's in the house. And it's going to be brutal for the 3 other women. We said it is all about the rankings. When you talk rankings, you talk top names in this division. A name you can't pass is Mommy, the Eradicator, Rhea Bloody Ripley. This matchup, like a battle royale, filled to the brim with talent. While you might not consider some of them in the same pedigree, as we go back to that term. Rhea, Io, Julia, and Emma all want one thing. They want that shot at Liv Morgan's title. Liv wants a challenger. Someone she is guaranteed to face and not putting it up to chance every week. We're underway. Fatal 4-way action. It's Emma and Io to face off against each other, and Julia and Rhea on the other side. Io and Rhea. History is nice swirly there from Rhea, countering what Io attempted there. And now deadlift Not going to go German, instead just facebuster from Mommy. Emma caught. Hooked up here. Big time sit out powerbomb from Mommy into the pin. Not going to secure the victory just yet. Remember, ways to win this match is pinfall submission inside the ring. No countouts, no DQ. So anything goes, and Emma's going to showcase that by grabbing our first weapon. The handy dandy baseball bat that hits the skull of Io. And just clocks her for a home run. Emma, we know, resourceful in a triple threat. Fatal 4-way may be a bit of a difficult situation. But Emma has had experience securing victory in matches like this, pinning Charlotte Flair in that awkward NXT match. Julia, big time slam there onto Emma. Plants her into the mat. Very close to hitting that baseball bat as Rhea caught now by Emma. Powerbomb position. Emma. Swirly of her own. It's a Japanese sensations battle. We're on the other side of the ring. Julia fighting out the grasp of Io. This is with the slap. Io fires back. Emma and Rhea battling on the other side of things. Rhea charging through. Big time back elbow. Julia. Back dropped here by Rhea. And, Rhea has Emma hooked up. Rip. Fied. Stacks her. Io wise to the attempt. Breaks up that pin. Julia hits the headbutt in this matchup. Obviously filled with 3 women who have actually challenged for the top belt in IPW in either women's division. And we've talked about how, well, this is something we've kind of overlooked that has to remain in the back of people's heads. Primetime, obviously, winners at Summer Lovin' do own that free pick, that IOU here against Breakdown. And you kind of look at the divisions they can target. Remember, Revolution is a perfect time to see rankings, to know the best wrestlers on each brand, as that's a big Michinoku driver. That Nightwing from Emma connecting, sending down Julia, gets the 2 count over her. Could have stole it over Io and Ripley. Rhea taunting on the apron, gets a sucker punch for the effort. A couple of shots here from Emma. Make it a 3rd. Roll-up attempt here from Julia. Io back to a vertical base, breaks it up. And this is something you have to be wary of in a match like this. Timing is everything. Julia, big brain buster, drills Io into the mat. Tension turns to Emma, who's now hooked up. Hammerlock DDT, planted Rhea's into the pin. Julia gonna break it up. You have to feel that this matchup is any woman's to win. I'd say Io and Rhea somehow still have the best chance to do so. They haven't really eaten the biggest amount of offense. Emma and Julia have eaten the finishers. Rhea charging through into the corner, hits the drop kick. Puts down Io. More shots connecting as she staggers the former Ruby Belt challenger. Kendo stick tossed across the ring. Emma hits that splash. Io now has Emma hooked up. This is a bad place to be if you're Emma. Eats the punch to the face, and I think Emma might be going for a ride into a couple of bodies. The Spanish Fly connects from Io, who eats a kendo stick shot. Rhea's going for the pin on her. No woman can break this up. This is a 2 count only on Io as Julia realizes the potential danger, gets back up. Now targets Rhea, hooks her up. Spin out driver there. But Emma hooks up Julia. Plants her down. Nightwing down for the count. Io, though, breaks it up. Shote connecting from Io. Trying to grab hold of Emma. Trying to get revenge. This might be it. Koji clutch applied. Locked in deep, but Rhea's there in time to keep this match alive. Chop block from Julia as a pinfall attempt here from Io. Not going to come through as Julia breaks that one up before it ever flourishes. Io sent out the ring as Julia hooks up Rhea. Brings her down with the suplex. Emma back in through big drop kick. Puts down Julia, and this ring is starting to empty. Io's on the outside. Emma has the ring for herself, and I think we might be seeing it. Bridging over, the Emma lock applied. Forced to break it as a Shote comes through from Io, and then a big time Rana. Puts down Emma and 2 women in the drop zone. Io could go flying. Not going to be able to as Rhea back to her feet as the Genius of Sky planted. Down to 2 standing. It's Julia fighting with Rhea now. Io and Emma back up. They begin to brawl with those 2 women. Massive snapdragon from Io. Keeping the pressure on here. The Genius of the Sky starting to control the ring. And that's the Koji clutch applied. Locked in deep on Rhea. Will Rhea tap? And she does. Julia too fixated on Emma. And the Genius of the Sky secures fatal 4-way victory. A massive matchup ending in a massive result. We say that these sorts of bouts favors everyone involved, more or less. And when you're the one picking up the W, it favors you the most. And getting the pin on Rhea is certainly impressive in it. Sorry, the submission on Rhea is certainly impressive enough. Io Sky, I think, honestly needed that win. She suffered some hefty losses ever since Breakdown became its own brand and owned stars competing on it. This victory certainly impactful for Rhea. Sorry, for Io. Once again, commiserations though have to go to Emma and Julia as well as Rhea Ripley. Close to the winning in all regards, but this here, Emma and Io had Julia distracted. The Koji clutch locked in. Rhea had nothing else she could do other than tap to preserve that health. A big victory here for Io Sky. As we now look towards our big boy matchup here tonight. It's going to be a bumpy ride for this one.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the prestigious Pure Wrestling Championship.
Well, Well, well. Solo Sikoa is a man of many things, of which he likes brawling, if you couldn't tell by how this card is shaped out. As such, he has decided to put the big hitters, John Bradshaw Lakefield, JBL, and the Amethyst champion, Drew McIntyre, in a bit of a slugfest for your main event. And this is a big opportunity for JBL. Out of the blue, getting this shot, and you have to feel rankings, well, they shift heavily if you're champion. Namely, you go straight to the goddamn top. Number one contenders become a little bit more jaded with the fact the former champion obviously wants his belt back. But, again, that's something JBL isn't too worried about right now. His main focus is on obviously winning the title. It's Claymore versus Clothesline from Hell. Who has the bigger shot to win this one? We shall see as we ready ourselves here for the big bout. This is Big Daddy Drew McIntyre is in the house, sword in hand, looking to cut down his big opponent. The belt strapped across his waist. Our first champion out of city limits to be fighting, to be defending a belt. If you're unaware, he defended his championship against Ken Shamrock at city limits in a very explosive battle. They took it to the extreme. Tonight, no extreme, just pure agony for both these men, really. The heart of it, it comes down to what Drew holds in his hand. It is that amethyst beautiful belt. It also comes down to if Drew can retain. Certainly, a lot of expectations can happen in this sort of match, but let's toss it to the ring to Mike Rome to give official championship introductions.
Introducing the challenger from New York City, weighing in at 290 pounds, John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL. And his opponent from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the prestigious Pure Wrestling Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Well, introductions out the way. We're left with one thing to happen tonight. The belts paraded about. The championship match is set to get underway. And this slugfest can begin. Let's get it on. Bradshaw hits the first and second clubbing blows. A short arm clothesline, a taster. What could potentially be coming to the neck area of Drew McIntyre sometime down the road of this match. Bradshaw, we know, brings a hell of a lot of power. I may say a cocky oil tycoon of how he presents himself. He is dirty to the core. He likes to grind his opponents down. He likes to brutalize them. And realistically, he was known before he became JBL as a Roughhouse APA founder. Bradshaw in the Acolytes was really man set to destroy. And as he revs up that forearm, he's not going to be able to utilize it yet, as finally Drew finds a bit of offense into this match. And this is something we've known Drew to do, is he takes a couple of minutes to get into it, to get rolling. And then when he does, he becomes pretty unstoppable. There's a big power bomb connects there. He drives JBL into the floor here. Remember, JBL's ways to win the championship a lot harder. Well, a lot less than what Drew needs in order to retain. Countouts, DQs favor the champ. Pin, submission, you name it, favors either man. But obviously, Drew has them extra playing cards. JBL hits the clothesline. Can't drop Drew. And there's a Claymore from out nowhere. Drew connects into the pin. He goes for the count of 2. JBL surviving that offense. He's taken 1 and he likes to take a bit of punishment. He knows how to dole it out as well. Drew catches him and delivers his own clothesline. You'll know I'm keeping my eye on them clotheslines. I want to see the big shots landing. McIntyre. A scoop up off JBL. And why not bring him up into a suplex or brain buster? It's going to be a suplex. That's stalling vertical. He brings him down off it. Netting that 2 count, it's only going to potentially infuriate both men even more. JBL in the sense that he wants to stop the punishment and deliver his own. Drew because he wants to win it. And JBL's got Drew hooked up. Brings him up high and brings him down. The powerbomb connects. Signature Bradshaw offense. He's going to keep it up with his own vertical suplex. No stalling needed. He just brings him up and over. Into the pin he goes. Brushing the face with the arm. Keeping Drew obviously in difficult situations regardless of where he sits in the match. Big belly to belly over the top suplex from Drew. It sends Bradshaw flying. And the champ favored right now. As he looks to potentially cause some more damage. Takes Bradshaw onto his shoulders. He can't be thinking. Raid. Crash from the top. Drew goes into the pin. Gets a 2. Somehow JBL surviving. And sends McIntyre flying. Hooks him up, but Drew's out the back. Takes him up, brings him down, backdrop suplex. And Drew's had enough. The countdown begins for the good night kiss. A Claymore off the skull of Bradshaw. Not gonna net the victory. 2 now, utilized by the champ. The champ needs something else. Striking with JBL isn't wise. But it's effective in this case. Drew connects with the big boot. Deadlift gut wrench into the sit-out powerbomb. McIntyre unloading, unleashing the offense. The champion demonstrating that champion's courage. That reason why he holds the belt. Remember, he survived a mass of men to earn the championship. Now, he is looking to stomp JBL out this match. And why not? Let the countdown begin. The Claymore misses this time, though. JBL avoids the shot. The countdown's predictable. And I think clothesline from hell is gonna send McIntyre potentially out of the championship picture. Only nets JBL a 2. He is staying in this matchup. What more can he do? Well, he can certainly cheat. Moving that turnbuckle pad. While it's not going to net him a potential victory, it has forced our referee into an awkward situation. Forced to put the pad back on. Is able to do it as JBL sending McIntyre running for a second. Clothesline from hell connecting. Do we have a new champion? No, says McIntyre. JBL, frustrated, predicts the nip up there from the champ. Hits him, drops the elbow as well. This is JBL's to lose right now. Not something you typically hear me say. Brings him down, the powerbomb connects. JBL's into the pin. Down for the count as a champion. Who's able to survive, but he's angry. Catches him up. Roll-up attempt. Drew's trying to steal it. Has he got it? No. The champion may be in danger. Forced to go to cheap tactics to win. Not able to get them, though. It's a challenger staying in this. The champion caught in a bad situation, but he's making it work as he's heading up to the second rope. Connects with the shoulder block. Goes for the pin here. Has he got JBL caught off guard? The answer's no. Easy kick out by the challenger. Drew's frustrated. JBL's pushing him to his limit. What can the champion do here? Is probably what he's thinking. As JBL rolls to the outside. Gets a chance to recover, but Drew's going to follow him out. Bring him back in. He's going to stop any form of recovering from JBL. It's smart from the champ. Make the challenger pay. Setting him up. Dropkick misses. JBL. Headbutt to the skull of McIntyre. Caught though. Charging in. He may have been looking for the clothesline from hell, but a Claymore. But JBL had his hand on the rope. Our referee missed it. This championship bout should have continued. Drew, while he retains here, this isn't the end of this rivalry, I feel. In fact, if we get the replay, I do have Solo Sikoa talking to me in my ear. He's saying he wants to see the replay. He wants to see that ending. As do I, to be honest. Did JBL have his hands on the rope before the 3 came in? As we see many attempts at victory earlier in the match. Here's a pinfall attempt. Not the winning one. JBL did a lot, but this Claymore came out of nowhere. Pulls into position. 1, 2. The hand was on the rope.
Here is your winner, and still prestigious, pure wrestling champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
I'm getting word this championship bout will be remade. A rematch will be happening in 2 weeks' time in a special episode of Breakdown. What that special episode will be, we'll have to find out. That's all Sikoa is telling me right now. But yes, McIntyre under controversial means retains. And that ends our show tonight. Thanks for joining me for Breakdown. I will see you this weekend for Underground. See you then.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stack, taking big swings.
Somebody gonna get their ass kicked.